Good day to you. My New Year's broadcast for this year will be somewhat shorter than in previous years. Not because there isn't a great deal to say, but because this is a year which is very, very different to that which has gone before us. No longer do we have to issue warnings or whatever about what is to come, because it is now, for the great part, already behind us. Now, 2013 was a year of great emotional disappointment for most people. Millions had wound themselves up for the end of the world in December 2012, and as I said it would, nothing happened. And then Nibiru, or whatever else you want to call this comet or hidden planet, just broke up when it got too close to the sun. As I said it would, nothing happened. What did happen, however, was very, very important. 3 attempts by Obama bin Barak's bosses to start World War III were all blocked. One of them by concerted action, by everyone participating in the manifestation that we did using the Anatomy of Luck website here. And then 2 further attempts were blocked by Vladimir Putin himself, of which more in a week or so. 2014 is the year in which the tide turns. Up till now, we've been fighting, if that's the correct word, perhaps better say resisting the planet-wide enslavement, which is being attempted by the so-called Illuminati and other neo-fascist groups, including their principal financiers, the banking cartel, who want to become the owners of the entire planet. I mean, they've actually said this publicly. And throughout the previous years, the resistance we've been offering has shown more and more success. One after the other of their plans, we've managed to stop or make ineffective. Some, however, they've achieved in getting through. I mean, you know, the so-called Euro rescue package, which actually removes the basic right to property, which is the basic principle upon which an inclusive economy is based. So it's now throughout Europe an extractive economy, which is what they were aiming for. However, this we can reverse. And this is what 2014 is all about. It's the time in which we stop being on the defensive and we start creating, well, not just creating, but actually manifesting our own program, our alternative to the planned planet-wide slavery. A great deal is happening. A great deal is being done by many people. And the simplest thing to do if you want to participate is to observe what these so-called governments are telling you to do. So, for example, in America, they're telling you to give up your arms. Well, why? I mean, there's little things that have been created by the government, Boston bombings, Sandy Hook, etc., etc. But when you go into the details, you see that these were not done in the way in which your public had told they were done. They could not have been done. They're just excuses to persuade people that it's a bad idea to have weapons and it's a good idea for the government to confiscate them. So the correct action is to do exactly the opposite. Go get your guns and your ammunition, because that is the thing which is going to prevent the Department of Homeland Security, which is actually the Nazi Gestapo under another name. If you look at the organisational structure, it's a one-for-one copy. So just do whatever the government tells you to do the opposite. Do what they don't want you to do, because that will protect your liberty. Then, of course, we've got to get rid of the problem itself, and the problem is the hierarchy, the way of government from the top down, the dictatorship, whatever you want to call it. We have to change the basic structure of society. We have to change to govern, if that's quite the right word, from the bottom up, so that laws are created in the villages, in the city blocks. And it is only when the majority of these, or possibly even all of them, agree that a new law or a new custom can come into being. This, of course, makes the present level of corruption absolutely impossible. It also makes this, law machine, where new laws are created in the hundreds every day, so fast that nobody in your government, or so-called government, has the time to read them. They're just rubber stamped, because they're paid for by the banking cartel. Oh, what a coincidence. Not necessarily directly, but through their subsidiaries, the pharmaceutical cartel, the energy cartel, etc., etc. So you see, where they want you to go and where it's a much better idea to go are exact opposites. So it's very, very easy in 2014 to see what your best choice is. Whatever they tell you is best for you, do the opposite. It's that easy. Now, if you want to get more involved in creating the new society, then there are lots and lots of things you can do. Study what's available locally. I have written a handbook for this. I've only just completed the German edition, and over the next few weeks it's going to be a very high priority to create the English translation, and it will be called, I hope, if the website has not already been registered, I haven't tried yet, What If? If that's already been registered, then it will be called something different, but you will find it on my principal website, karmabooks.co.uk. Anyway, that is all that really needs to be said for 2014. It's the year of change, where those who would be slave masters go on to the defensive, and we have the upper hand, or gain the upper hand. So, thank you for helping us get this far, and let's just do it now. Namaste.